Good evening, folks. Welcome to this week's episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. As you can see, the beer I have this week is another local beer from Quidi Brewery here in St. John's, Newfoundland. It's actually one I've actually seen it around for a while. I've discovered since I started doing the reviews I really like sours. And this is one every time I've gone into a store, it always kind of jumps out at me, but I've always had other beers lined up to ready to go, so finally going to try this one. So it is Quidi Brewery's Iron Cherry Sour. 5.5% alcohol. I said Quidi Brewery. They've been around here since I think '96. I might be off a year or so. Two owners. Originally, the story goes that they were students at Memorial University, and they started brewing beer in the janitor's closet. And one weekend, they went home for the weekend. The janitor found the brew. He got into it, got drunk, and got fired. And the boys got kicked out of residence. And they ended up starting their own brewery, and really well known. I'd say the most well-known beer they have is Iceberg Ale, made out of real iceberg water. That's a big one, known for the blue bottles. They're also pretty involved in the community. I mean, they were one of the lead breweries that sponsored the regatta, the beer tent there. They do a kitchen party, I think every week. They do another kind of song and drink type of thing. So they're pretty active going. So let's see how we go. I've already given my glass a quick cold water rinse, as per usual. Crack it up and see what we got. Actually, I'll read the can there too, because I think there's a little bit of information there. It seems to have a little bit of a red tinge to it, which makes sense. It's a cherry-based beer. I don't know if base is the correct word, but there's definitely cherry in it. I can smell it from here. It's got this little sour aroma. Yeah, I believe that's the type of yeast that they use, Brett something. I'm not a big person for the details of it. Alright, so it says QV times NF, so Quidi times Newfoundland. They said the beer and the new fermenters. The new fermenters are a home brewing group with over 900 members in Newfoundland. Quidi Brewery held a brewing competition in the fall of 1812 and challenged the new fermenters to submit their local beer. The four winners were invited to team up with our breweries and brew their beer at Quidi. This is McCarthy's Iron Cherry Sour. It says, our community in Newfoundland has always been something that Quidi supports. We're proud to feature the work of local tattoo artist Murray Brokenshine and graphic designer Victoria Snellgrove on these 4 cans. And that's about all the information. That's a nice little kind of reddish tinge to it. Big flavor is just a sourness type of aroma. See how it tastes. It's definitely got the sourness that you expect from a sour. Cherry's not jumping out at me as much as I thought it would. It is there for sure. Not bad. As I said, I was expecting a little bit more of the cherryness to jump out at me. It's not there, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Interesting. There's nothing overwhelming with aroma or the taste, which is a good thing in my book. There is a cherryness there, it's definitely there. The sourness is there. It's funny because I'm not a big fan of like really bold flavors in anything for that matter, like really. But in all honesty, I think I expected a little more kick to it. The sourness and the cherry. Not a bad beer, don't get me wrong. It's got a little bit of extra carbonization. I'm not really seeing it in the beer, but in the mouthfeel, you get the carbonization. Kind of like the bubbles, so that's a bit of a plus. I have to give it a rating. My ratings have always been out of 5. 1 is a drain pour. Basically, I don't like it. It's that bad, I'm not even going to finish it. A 2 would be, yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I'll finish it. A 3 would be a good beer. A 4 would be a very good beer, and a 5 would be the best beer I've ever had. And I'm definitely enjoying this. So it's no less than a 3. But in my book, I don't think it's a 4. So I'm debating between 3 and 3.5. I don't give any. I do full ratings or half ratings. That's it. I don't do like 3.25 or anything like that. It's interesting. Is it 3 or 3.5? Both are good ratings. I mean, this is just my personal opinion. There's no science behind it. I think I'm going to stick with the 3.0, which isn't a bad rating by any means. I think if there was a little bit more cherryness to it, for me, it would bring it over the top to give it a 3.5, but I'm not quite there. But I think 3 is a good rating, and I think I'm going to stick with my 3. So for the Quidi Vidi Iron Cherry Sour at 5.5% alcohol, 3.0. Definitely a good beer. Until next beer, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.